Well, I finished my very first hard apple cider. My very first brew, as a matter of fact. Was it a success or a failure? Hail and well met, friends. I'm Michael, and this is the Bag End Brewer. 8 weeks ago, I brewed my very first hard apple cider. 4 weeks ago, I bottled it. This is the last video in the series for this particular hard apple cider. Did I succeed or did I fail? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, I did. To both of those. I'm very happy with the way that this came out. This is the last bottle of it. The others went very quickly. This one has been sitting and waiting for a good 2 weeks for me to do this video. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and pop this open and see what happens. You know that I tried to bottle condition. The last video talking about this, this measurement of priming sugar that I found online. Did that work? I had my doubts at the time, if you'll recall. Here we go, popping open. Ooh, that was a good pop. But I don't see anything going on in there. Or do I? I don't see anything going on. Let's pour this out here. If there are any bubbles in here at all, they're too small for me to see. Bottle conditioning, fail. Swirl this around. Let's give her a taste. I'm not a taster. I'm not I guess they're called tasters. I don't know. I know that you're supposed to stick your nose in the glass and get the nose, right? Oh, that smells fantastic. If you watch the other videos, you know that I used Sam's Choice apple juice that I bought from the local Walmart. No preservatives, just vitamin C in there. It smells very crisp and very clean. It is clear as a bell. Well, it's a little hazy because it's cold, right? But so, nose, excellent. Taste, oh goodness, that smells good. Just getting the whiff. Even doing a drive-by sniff, a drive-by smell. Very good. That tastes so close to apple juice. Now, if my measurements came out correctly, this is about 5.9 ABV, maybe a little bit lower. But right around there, it's higher than what you would get out of an Angry Orchard or a Woodchuck or whatever other hard ciders you can get in your area. But this tastes so crisp and so clean, and there's no bubbles in it. Fail. Like I said, I failed on the bottle conditioning. But what I discovered is that I like a still cider. And that's okay. I made provisions, and I mentioned in the previous videos that if this comes out still, I won't be disappointed. The only reason why I'm disappointed is I wanted to learn how to bottle condition. And I thought that measurement of sugar that I saw on that calculator was just seemed awful low to me. Now, there's a couple of different things that it could be. A, it could be that there was not enough sugar. B, it was enough sugar, but the yeast were inactive. Or C, I didn't let it bottle condition long enough. Many of the videos that I've watched on YouTube, the guys will back sweeten and carbonate with a whole tube, a whole container of apple concentrate, even for a gallon of cider. Just bust that open, put it in there. But you have to pasteurize if you're going to do it that way. I'm not set up to pasteurize. I don't have a pot that's deep enough for these to fit in and put a lid on it in case one explodes. I don't want to have glass exploding into my eyeballs, right? And so pasteurization is not an option for me right now, and I'd rather not do that anyway. I want to keep this as close to something that they would drink in the Shire as possible. And once again, I have dogs walking throughout this house. I have 2 dogs, one big one and one little one, and they both have Hobbit names. I'm the Bag End Brewer after all. Back to my cider. I don't know that I'll try carbonating in the future because I enjoy this still cider. What I did do though, you saw that I filled up a soda bottle in order to do the squeeze test on it and see when it was done carbonating. Well, it never got too firm. It got a little bit firm, but not, and I couldn't wait any longer, and so I drank that one right away. And so what I did was about 3, 4, 5 days after I figured out that wasn't bottle carbing, and I drank it anyway, I popped open the rest of my bottles and I dumped in a measurement, and I don't remember which measurement because I think I started to panic. And so probably about if memory serves me, about a teaspoon, or it might have been 2 teaspoons of that Splenda sugar blend that I had mentioned in a previous video. My hopes was that the half that was Splenda would sweeten it and the half that was sugar would carbonate. Never carbonated. So now what I have is, I don't have a dry still cider, I have a semi-sweet still cider. That just throws in more confusion of what I'm going to do on the next batch of cider that I produce, because I am going to do this again. Over and over and over. This is good stuff. I need to take another drink. That's good. Even the finish, the apple's coming right up to the top. Not overpowering, but the apple is there. And I love this. And so I consider this a success. How can it be a failure and a success at the same time? That's fantastic. That goes to show you, friends, in life, not everything is black and white, right? Man, I love this. Can't wait to do it again. It's still as, I don't even know what the euphemism is. It's just still. It ain't moving. No bubbles. But it is fantastic. After drinking this, I don't know why people are so intent on carbonating their apple cider. Man. I also don't know how recent an invention or an innovation that is, carbonating apple cider. I would imagine that, and I'm just totally speaking off the cuff, I have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but I would imagine that, you know, hundreds of years ago, even at the beginning of the founding of the United States, they were not drinking carbonated cider. I would imagine it was all still cider. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to sit here spouting off misinformation, right? But I will, well, I'm going to repeat myself. I will make this again. Next time, I probably won't do any back sweetening and see what that tastes like. See if I like a nice, chilled, still, dry cider. Well, that's about it. I mean, what else can I say? It's a success and a failure, and I'm very happy with it. So next time, join me because I'm going to brew up my very first mead, and I'm very excited about that. Very, very excited about mead. And so in the meantime, you know all the drill, all the things that YouTubers are supposed to say. Subscribe down below to the channel, click the like button on this video, click the bell icon, and you will be notified every time I upload a new video here to the Bag End Brewer. And I'll see you next time for some honey wine.